West Radio.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm still here.
What up? What up? What up, world? It's your boy Coop, man, and I'm back with another one of these episodes, man. This is Bang West Radio, powered by Cygnus.net, Radio Jar, and of course the TuneIn app. Um, Again, I like to think all these interviews y'all got is special, but this is basically we picking up where we left off, man. When we did an interview a while back. We did an
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
did an interesting interview a while back. But so we're gonna pick up where we left off, and I'm gonna pick up on some things that I probably mentioned in the interview and some new things. So
Okay.
I got the boy Sleep Danking on here. I mean, out of Vallejo, California. What's up with you,
Yeah,
man?
yeah. You already know what it is, man. Sleep Dank, First Stream Theaters Camp, man. Vallejo, California, Country Club, Crest Side, man. Well, shout out to the fans, shout out to Sickness, and people that support Sleep Dank and the movement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, I don't even want to ask the the cliche question that I normally ask. Well,
Yeah.
I am. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead. I start these interviews off the same way. I don't want to switch up. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't already we didn't already told the people where you from, Vallejo. You know you down with the Thiz camp. But man, yeah, basically
Yeah.
you been around. Yeah, I am gonna start this one off different. I got these questions ready, man. So
Okay. Yeah, shoot.
I got these
Let's
questions
get
ready.
it. Let's get
Man,
it.
ain't no need to go there. But so, man, you say you from Vallejo. That's born and raised, right?
Yeah, born and raised in Vallejo, and the thing about it, see, where my area is called the Country Club Crest. Even though we claim Vallejo, we a real Crest nigga don't claim Vallejo. We claim the Country Club Crest because that's the
Okay.
name of our area. But Vallejo though,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And this has been established way before rap, right?
yeah, yeah. This neighborhood was started in the I could say maybe the 50s or the 60s. A lot of that wasn't around in that area. A lot of houses that was built. It was really, if anybody know the Country Club Crest, it was really only let's see, Sage Street, just houses around there, and Simonton. It wasn't really too much out by where Kings was. The Crest was pretty small. It was for like my grandparents and them generation. They got out there coming out of Floyd Terrace from Lofus. So, so yeah, it's been out there since the '60s. It used to be a. I wanted to get this correct because I didn't say it right on Camiel. When you see the golf course and the horse racetrack, there used to be a white neighborhood, so that would make sense why you got the golf course over by Blue Rock, and then you got the horse racetrack. There used to be a white neighborhood, maybe in the 30s, the 20s, and then up come to the 60s, the black people start moving in there. So yeah, basically like that.
Okay. Let me ask you this, man. When y'all was coming up, you know, everybody doing their thing, but before the rap thing, before before rap, what was the country
Yeah.
crest? What was it like?
Before rap, man,
Before,
it was like the crest just to not like toot my own horn on this type of situation. Even when I was little, I'm just gonna give you outside people experiences of what my neighborhood is. Um, the police never came through. Anybody that talked about my area was told not to go there. Pizza people couldn't come there. It was just a place you couldn't come to. Coming into the '70s and then into the '80s, probably maybe in the '60s, because my uncle and them and of people was told not to go there. Like, it was one of them type. So that's what I can say from outside people that I've heard about when I said I'm like from there. You know what I'm saying? Just
like
from outside people.
Like a lot of California cities back in that time.
Yeah. Like they'd say, don't go to that. Like when you, like I'm telling you from outside people saying, I already know what it is, but that wouldn't be fair. I'd be bragging. I just from the outside in, just white parents and people in outer Vallejo was told not to go to that neighborhood unless you know somebody. So that's the type of neighborhood it was. Very, you had to keep your head on the swivel at all times.
The rural American story during the late 80s and 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, very bad, bro. Ain't gonna lie. Growing up out there, you just had to just be tough, bro. That's why I can't. I mean, we all got our wins, losing, and draws. I just can't. I just say, coming from that neighborhood, any rural neighborhood like that, any across America, I couldn't say nobody's a punk. Like, people talk this rap stuff and this cop they shit like this nigga a punk or that nigga a punk. Any nigga any person that grew up from a tough neighborhood, bro, you just don't know what he had to go through to survive. That's just what I'm gonna say about that. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Before the Mac, was there any other rappers in the Crest?
Yeah, of course. It was Alex Taggart, AT. He was in the generation of Forte and Too Short. I call them these Too Short type rappers. They all used to do that type of flow, and we had our own. He was famous too. Alex Taggart. His name was AT. I watched him battle Fred Benz on Gateway. I was very young. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like 10, 9 or something. And he was our Mac Dre. He was our first real rapper of the Country Club Crest. And he battled Too Short at the fairgrounds or Dan Foley. They say Short won. I don't know, him and Short battled a few times. I don't know. I'll be taking my claim. My nigga whooped him, so. And Freddie B. So it was Alex Taggart, MCAT, back in the 80s. So that was our first real rapper that got on. Then became like Reek Daddy, and then the Mac, and then Coolio. Like it was Alex Taggart, then the Mac. And because Reek came, like when the Mac came, it was always a Reek Daddy,
Shit.
But yeah, Reek was one of the second or third ones, because a group of them came together. I'm gonna say, because Dre came in '85. He came in '85. Him and Coolio, I put them together for some reason. I'm gonna go AT. Reek Daddy and the Mac came together because they was rapping this at the same time. Dre and Coolio, third ones. And anybody under them like Mac Lee, Small Town, shout out to Mac Lee. A bunch of them was grouped together in threes. I'm talking about in eras, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. And then after Dre, then you got Mac Mall. And then once Doobie came, Doobie brought in me, and then and then it's just like all of us came after Mac Mall. Even though Doobie and Maul was rapping at the same time, Maul just took it to another level. And then you got a Doobie, and then you got me, PS, and all the other ones that and then Diggs. Even though they've been rapping, I'm putting them in the era that they came out in. That everybody knows them from.
When we first heard them.
Yeah, that's the category I'm putting them in. Like that. So you would go. So our first one would be Alex Taggart, then the Mac, and I would say the Mac and Reek Daddy, then Dre and Coolio and Mac Lee. And then Dank and a Boss Hog and a Duna like that.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a well preserved timeline. That's how.
Yeah, you get it though, right? Like,
I get it. I definitely
yeah.
get it. I definitely get it. Um, so you said MCAT was the first, but to the world, we believe the Mac was the Crest influence. As
Yeah, that's understandable. Because I'm the only one. I don't know why. I'm the only one that finally put AT out there with no rapper say it. But I know the history. I'm born and raised in the Country Club Crest. So, it was just that era and time where they had Too Short, Forte, and back in them days, they was Calvin T. Shout out to Calvin T. and Magic Mike. It was them days. They was going to each other's hood, battling each other on just straight raw flow. The Bay got that. I call it the ABC flow. It's simple, but it's got a rock. It's got a bop to it. You know what I'm saying?
It's got an impact.
Like, it's simple, but I call it the Too Short flow. But everybody was doing that in the Bay. That was a trendy flow.
Back
you
then.
What I'm saying?
Back then.
Yeah, back in the '80s. So the Mac came with. By the time the Mac came, AT had already been our first leader known for battling Too Short and battling Freddie B, Fred Ben's Too Short partner that also rapped like that. You know what I'm saying? So we had already had that type of person before the Mac came.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this, and because my brother was AT friend, the whole hood was on Alex Tagger. I got a middle brother, then I got an older brother. A brother that was old enough in the 80s. Like, if you like maybe 13, 14, coming into 1980.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
I had an older, brother.
He was out of the sandbox in the 70s.
Yeah, he was in there when niggas was 16 selling big cocaine.
Right.
So he had all the, how I knew it was him, but the one that was first, really, I'm going to get back to my topic, DJ Cease, we'll get back to him. He was the originator of the whole shit, and him and Alex Taggart would work together, but Alex Taggart his claim to fame, and his fame was known for battling Too Short 2 or 3 times, and then Fred Benz came looking for him and battled him on Gateway, a street in the Crest. Alex Taggart was and I looked up, that's when I knew I wanted to be a rapper, because that's when niggas was wearing leather troop suits and shit. He really fitted the character, and he would go to the fair with the whole Crest coming with him. I seen the leadership in this dude, so I know for a fact Alex Taggart was our original first rapper. And then when he started dying off, trends change. Then it was the Mac. Then came the Mac, like 85. Okay, that's a good timeline. AT was our rapper from the 80s, 1980, all the way up to the Mac came out, which probably was, 85, 86. I don't know what year enough of this shit came out, But, so that's how long AT run was.
And the Mac was something different than AT.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, my cutty's gonna kill me. I had to start liking the Mac when he brought in Mac Dre, and then he started doing, because we had these hood demos. See, that's how we get famous. Coolio will have hood demos, and Dre will have hood demos, and the Mac. Like, enough of this, with that album, enough of this shit, it took me a minute to like the Mac. I had to hear more, because I was like, I wasn't on that. I was on Action Pack Gangsters and Cool Nut and, just, Dre me a minute to know the Mac was the truth. I mean, I'm sorry, I could be wrong about how I felt, but I had to hear more than that. And then once he started making demos, I heard, shit, Dre sounds like the Mac. If you hear Mac Dre's flow, and you go, if y'all go on YouTube and hear the song by Mike Robinson called "I'm At This," Dre sounds like the Mac.
So
like,
he was.
You know,
So it's. I mean, we know the outsiders, the fans. We know that he was definitely a heavy influence in Max Dre's whole scheme. It wasn't just a project. It wasn't.
yeah, it wasn't just I wanna be like him because I see him recording. I swear, man, they gonna kill me on this one, man. I think he took everything from him, except Dre got the gift of gab also, so we can't deny that. But his flow, to me, he got a mixture of Rick Daddy's flow and the Mac flow. Because Rick got his own little distinctive flow that every rapper from the Crest damn near took, except for me.
Took a little piece of.
Well, it's the rhythm of it, the back and forth with it. It's the deliverance that Dig to me. He might not think so. He sound like Reek, except Dig's words, that up and down flow, that back and forth, it's a sway. We got this from sigging on each other, like we would sig in a rap in the Crest, and we'll put it in a sig, but it's talking, but it's rapping, and that's Reek Daddy's signature flow.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's like, like we hear just, I seen your mama right on the corner, and then something's on her. Like that type of,
that's just some fucking around, singing on each other.
Yeah. If you had an old uncle that always sitting up in the house, and you come in my house, and you always seeing this old retarded uncle, and he gonna just, well, what about your uncle sitting in the corner? Always. The Crest is different, bro. We very different with a different type of character, and it's all about Josh Johnson on the motherfucker or cracking a joke on and throwing the extras with it. So yeah, you know.
So what was the impact like when the Crest lost the Mac?
Yeah, that was.
First of all,
that was pretty rough.
Can you run us through for maybe some of these new listeners, some of these old listeners who probably don't know the Mac story and the tragedy behind it? Can you kind of give us something brief and let us know how the community felt about it afterwards?
It was like it was a shock. I mean, we had like guests like Damian Porter and Nate Green. I'm just going over some names that kind of really hurt the hood. When the Mac got shot, it was because he had already put Dre on. He put Dre in motion, got Maul going. He had me in his studio. So my generation was able to really feel the Mac. And after he did all this work to get everybody started, God took him. It was a sad situation because somebody from, I ain't gonna say no name, somebody did something to somebody peoples that was from San Francisco. And the nigga had the same Chevy as the Mac. And the shit happened on the street that I grew up on, Sawyer Street. His girlfriend, like I'm at the bottom of Sawyer. If anybody know the Crest, I'm at the bottom by Gateway. And this happened, by Griffin. That's by the freeway side, Sawyer Street. The lady he was with for a long time stayed up the street. Griffin, Gateway side, that's more in the middle. Like you could go out and go towards Kings, but when that happened, man, it was very, very devastating because he had just put on all these rappers and set us up for the limelight, set Dre up, got Dre going. That's why Kyrie ended up dealing with him. He set Maul up. He used to he set me up to make Coolio get eyes on me and Doobie. Like, the Mac set that whole thing up. He probably didn't even know he was doing it. You kind of get what I'm saying, bro? Mm-hmm. He had put everybody in the play in the hood to get where they needed to be, even Dre. So he had set all that shit up, and then
this story sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That story sounds it sounds eerie, familiar. It does.
Yeah, because there's truth behind it. When I say he set shit up, Mac had already been famous, and it's a shame it took me a minute. Like, I was going through some things just on social media. I seen him with Will Smith and shit. I didn't know the Mac was that. Like, I knew he was our hood star. I seen him with LL Cool J because he was in that era. I just seen a lot and found out that the Mac was big, and what he did before his tragic loss, he had already set up everything. He put Dre on one of his songs that was in the hood that got Dre on. Start letting me, Doobie, and Maul come to his house to use his studio. He set all this shit up for success and didn't get to see none of it.
It sounds just like Dre's playing with this.
Yeah, bro, no. Oh my God, he just blew me away, bro. The same exact fucking story.
The same story. That's why I said this story sounds familiar.
I was wondering why you were saying
that's
that.
why I said
tried
that.
to let it slip out.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh my God, bro, you blowing me away right now. The same exact thing. They both set us up. I heard this one thing. You know, I'm just conspiracying right now. But they said when Dre did his cover, redid his cover over, it was like some jinx or something, man. I just think about that sometimes. I just don't want to get into it, but it does make me think a little bit.
Now that's one hell of a conspiracy.
Yeah, I heard that before, and I look at that cover, and I be asking myself, damn, does this happen? Does that shit happen like that? But because because of what we was just talking about, you said you seen this before, bro. They went out the exact same. I'm blown away on this interview, bro. You got me. I ain't lying.
Nah, you got me. No, you got me.
We is both thrown off this shit right now, bro. Damn. But yeah, so it's funny the alley oops that they laid up, and then they gone. Like, the Mac set him up. Even though we wasn't near stardom, the Mac still set me, Doobie, and all up. I think the Mac knew what he was doing, because we was coming up as the Sesame Street. You got the Sesame Street, you got the crew thing, you got the Romper Room, you got the crew thing, which PS was in with 2 T's and Recipes Nunu, and then you had the Sesame Street. That's me, Maul, and Doobie. We was the young cutties coming up. So the Mac made it all the way to that era and was able to relate to us through the studio by letting us record, set up Dre to set up Maul. So Dre set up Maul, and he also set us up for Coolio to look out for us later when shit got bigger. So you get what I mean? The alley-oop.
Mm-hmm. I definitely get it. I
definitely
get it. And I watched it in real time.
yeah, and it's a lot. Yeah, you can see, because a lot of people don't know. They all, this shit was all set up through 1 or 2 people, and whoever took it serious was the ones that was gonna be a part of that whole play. And then it just led to Dre really getting it from Young Black Brother and Too Hard for the Radio, and it just set me up to be around Kyrie and them. Set me up to be with the big boys, and all I had to do was practice on my craft and just stay Crest-eyed with it, and it just all worked for some of the names that you know today.
Man, what a life it had to be a young nigga watching all of that.
It was
That was
it was like you don't think it's gonna work, but when you go back, how we talking about it right now, it's like, damn, that's how this shit happens. Because I used to look at like Second to None, DJ Quick, and you see the story unfold in L.A. how NWA got started. You never know how this shit starts, and all this time it was happening within our hood, like the whole story that was coming from past history. So while I was just wondering how other people, like, damn, how that happened to DJ Quick? How he get to be a part of that?
but it was all the same. It was all the same. It was just in a different section and in somebody else's garage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just different. It's just being at the right place at the right
At the
time.
right time, and being around the right people.
Yeah. I don't think this wasn't for no reason. I think everybody that's a part of this came from a belief from just me seeing Alex Taggart, maybe somebody seeing the Mac, maybe somebody loving Dre, all the players from Duna, Boss Hog, Sleep Dank, and the ones that got a name. I think we is here for a reason. We kind of be like, nah, this is what we seen, this is what we wanted to be, and God made us a part of it. You get what I mean? I don't think this is not for nothing.
Right.
Yeah, now that we go back over the story, you could be like, damn, how was it me? The drive was there. I seen Alex Taggart. This is what I wanted to do. Once it got, and when Mac Dre and them Coolio used to leave their equipment at my mama house, I used to call Doobie and Dre over. And we was like 14 and 15. I used to make their beats. Like, this shit was for a reason. Now that me and you was getting deep about it, you know? It wasn't for no reason.
Wasn't for no reason. You mentioned earlier in the interview how y'all had underground demos to other people in the world. You call them hood demos and things of that nature. But how many songs swam through the Crest that Diz fans never heard and probably will never hear?
I'm gonna tell you, shit, there's a lot of them. Some of them was, I don't even know how YouTube got some of Dre's Sig sessions. Like Dre had many, like Reek Daddy, the Mac, and Dre and PSD. They had, and Maul had some mini demos because we had studios in the Crest, where my boys used to go, and in the hood, whoever demo was the hottest, you could hear it all through the Crest. Everybody know about it. Like, once the hood on your demo, Reek was the king of the underground in the Crest. Like, his demos, I had Reek demos, like me and Doobie, we was always on Reek Daddy demos. I had Dre demos too, but Reek was the favorite because he was real. He was real what our neighborhood was based about type of music. It was us. Like, it was real Crest shit. Not saying nobody else was, because Dre was competing at the top with demos. Maul had hot demo. Once you got a hot demo in the Crest, everybody slapping it in their car. Everybody got it on a cassette in their room. The girls got it, and the dudes got it. So demos in our neighborhood was very serious. Only our music, because we was very creative and spoke our own language. You know what I'm saying? So we was on, so it was, I had one. You always want to be the one to just get that type of attention. I probably had like one or two, but I was kind of a little late to the game. But during the demo days, like shit through '86 to the '90s, 1992 maybe the latest, but 85 to 1990, the Crest, because we had DJ Cease. We had a lot of hood demos that was everybody was on like that.
What's your earliest memory of Mac Dre?
What's my earliest memory? Cause my thing was, it was crazy how this happened. Cause you know how you from the Crest, and it's like, I don't want to say Dre not from the Crest, but he is, cause he came out there early. It was like when I seen that Too Hard for the Radio album, they were saying like this dude, Mac Dre, he's from our hood, and I was like, cause I grew up out there, and I didn't really know who he was, but then I started seeing him hanging with my cousin Freaky D, rest in peace, Dion. He's a day one romper room, and that's how I met Dre because when Dre came to the Crest, he was staying at a house up the street on Sawyer Street. So he would be in I don't know disrespect shit. When Dre could, he'd stay up there, and then sometimes he'd sleep at my mom's house in the garage or at Lil Nate house because they accepted him. He wanted to come to the Crest and be in the Crest bad, but this was like in '85, maybe '86. So that's my recollection of Dre. That's what I known him for hanging with my cousin Dion, and then he started, making his music. He'd come down there and smoke weed with my cousin, and I even bought dope from Dre before to sell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I even spent $100, nigga, because you was getting, nigga, what, 20 dubs for $100. You know what I'm saying? So I bought dope from him, but me and him always had a good connection because he knew my older brother, Treacherous Tick, Antoine. He knew my whole family looked out for him. The Crest is real genuine if we love you. So, he was just on Sawyer Street a lot. I was down the street. He stayed at Lil Nate's house, but sometimes he would come down to my mama's house. He was mostly up there, but he would dabble down there because of my cousin. We would be down there putting in S curls. That's when S curls was in. Cracking up, putting in S curls and shit in our hair and shit.
Corduroys and rayon shirts and shit like that.
Yeah, and corduroy and silk shirts was in. Richmond had that little style going. Corduroy jeans and silk shirts. Yeah, they used to wear to my oldest brothers. Now I used to see them, and they'd get decked out on that type hype though. But when he made the one thing I love about Dre though, when he started, see, Dre used to do house parties in the neighborhood. He used to turn them out. You always go because Dre used to turn it out, bruh. Like, this shit was like larger than life in this small neighborhood. He had his haters and shit. That's why I say Dre got jumped in the Crest. I say that to say because people was hating on Dre when he first came out there. Dre was fucking on niggas' bitches and shit or whatever. I mean, we Cresticized him to be how he is. So how y'all gonna get mad on how we are? You get me? Like, we turned him into that. So that's why I say Dre got jumped in. Because at first, when he'd do the house parties, niggas would be hating on him. He used to try to beat him up and shit and all that type of wacko type of shit when I was young. I didn't like that shit. But, my hood because we had to go through the same thing. What I love about my OGs is they just like to make you tough. That's all. They don't, if you're trying to be in the streets, you got a new gang, you're trying to run with like a romp crew thing and says the older niggas don't try to come on you and make you tough. It might seem serious, but really they just trying to make a nigga tough. So so my whole story, Dre, just to watch him from going from that to dropping his first demo. And what I was gonna say is, Dre used to have the whole, when we went to the when Dre started cracking, he started doing these shows, and we went to the jungle in Marin. I didn't even know they had a hood out there, bro. Like, nigga, we Dre used to have a whole neighborhood come with him. When he had shows, dope fiends was coming. Man, you niggas aunties in the house all the time. When Dre got a show, everybody is fucking coming in the Crest. Like, they coming to with this man. Like, nigga, even the smokers would come. The aunties, niggas' mamas was coming. The uncles. Man, you might see your grandpa in the crowd ride with a nigga to get up there, man. With
That's real support right there, man.
Dre had. That nigga had, bruh. That's what I used to love about him, bro. And it's just seeing somebody in your face that's like I watched him blow up before my eyes, man. And that's what I wanted to say, like, that's a real blow up. I seen that with, I'm gonna get back on Dre, but I seen that with RBL too. Remember, bro, when niggas' first album come out and they'd be dressed fucked up, then that money start coming in, then the next album cover, you see these niggas fly as fuck. Remember when a nigga had to earn his way, you knew he's coming up?
You knew.
Like
You
that
knew.
type shit.
You knew.
Yeah, like at first they
could tell. You could tell why a nigga's album cover his evolution.
Yeah. Like you could tell Dre and RBL cover. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. That Dre first cover, Young Black Brother and RBL Posse first cover. You seen what they had on?
Black and white, RBL, black and white, black and gray cover, hoodies and pullover jackets.
Yeah, and then they next cover when the shit started working for him. Nigga Dre on the couch, nigga with the girls,
with girls.
Man, with the jumpsuit.
he got designer on. The first the first cover was like, you know,
he just had a t-shirt, some 501s, and some Nikes.
It was real regular. It was real regular. But that next cover was different.
And that should tell people, man, that shit worked for him. He made between those albums, that money started rolling in. Mm-hmm. Niggas start selling units.
He figured it out. He figured it out early.
And it's like I'm glad Kyrie wasn't no robbery nigga, bruh. Because Kyrie was the head. People don't give Kyrie his props on none of these interviews. I do. I think he did. He did a big thing for Dre and gave Dre his proper money, maybe sometimes here and there, but I never heard Dre complain about nothing. So Kyrie the one got the deal and had the distribution through City Hall, which led all the way down to my generation. Walter been eating off us, and we've been doing good business for many moons because Kyrie had that distribution that.
It's like Death Row at Interscope.
Yeah, like they all got to eat off that shit through generations, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I caught on to it by just Coolio teaching me the business early, watching him, and then I ended up, I got because Walter would never mess with me. I had my own thing I was trying to do, but Julio had hooked me up with Bayside, and I ended up getting a deal and a check, and then Bayside ended up shutting down, so I didn't know where I was going to go, just on some Sleep Tank Story stuff. I ended up taking my sound scans to Walter, and he liked it, what I was selling on SoundScan, and then that's when Walter started doing business with me, and we managed to do business for 15 years from there, so that's how I got my own nationwide. I was never signed to this. See, that's the thing, what they don't understand. we real partners. We cutties. When you say you're a cutty, that's a handshake. That's a business deal in itself. So ain't nobody signing no deals. I hate when people say, "Oh, he signed the deals," or "Doobie signed." Man, ain't no friend signed to nobody. Dre the only one had to deal with distribution with Diz. Ain't nobody signed on no paperwork, not no cutties. We don't sign. So ain't no signing. So they could cut that out while you wasn't signed to Diz. I had my own label in 2001 while niggas was still signing under big labels and trying to be under a nigga. I already knew in the future I was going to be my own CEO. So I'm the type of nigga you wouldn't want to rob or short my money because I was one of them. So I already knew. I learned the business from Coolio and went and got my own label through Bayside Distribution, if rappers remember that. Then I went and got my own label through City Hall. Dre fucked with me because I did my own business.
These youngsters don't know about Bayside, man. They don't know about physical. Too much of physical, but you know.
Yeah, that was
that was the pinnacle. You know what I mean? Pinnacle.
Yeah.
That was the pinnacle of things right there for indie artists. Bayside, Urban Life / Rap Bay. Man, shout out to Walter. Man, still holding it down. You know what I mean? He what, 30 years plus? 30, 25 years plus?
Like, man, you gotta think since shit, since the Mac all the way to me, like that's 50 years.
Man,
damn near.
Hey, he was around when nobody else was around.
That's true.
And you really had to know him to get in the building with him. That's facts.
And he only dealt with
elite
crew of people. He dealt with one nigga from each city. It wasn't no, if you couldn't get through them one people from Oakland or Frisco or Richmond or Vallejo, he dealt with one set of person each city. So you can't just get to Walter.
You just could definitely. I was fortunate enough to drop my volume 2 of my community service through Urban Life Rap Bay digitally and through the physical store. So I definitely appreciate him. You know what I mean? He definitely helped me out in the long run. I don't want to. I didn't even have this in my notes, but since you mentioned it, you mentioned Coolio the underdog.
Yeah, Coolio the underdog.
Coolio the underdog. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm speaking from a fan point of view. You know what I mean? For somebody who been watching the culture and been a fan of what y'all got going on. Coolio is not originally from Vallejo, correct?
No, he'll tell you he Grape Street Watts. Like,
okay,
when I put him in a lineup,
Okay, you just named Hood and all that. I wasn't even gonna go there, but tell me, being a young Crest cider, originally from Vallejo, and then a nigga like Coolio move in.
Yeah.
And you say he from Grape Street, so that's a little bit of different crippin'. He come in from LA, but you know it's Crip gang. But then he come to the Vallejo land, and like you was just talking about Mac Dre, you know, he lightweight being an outsider but coming in early. I'm assuming Coolio came in early as well.
Yeah, they came. I would say, I mean, Cooley family moved out there in 1984, and Dre, I mean, they came a year, 1 year separate or a year before each other, but around that same year, I would say 80. I'm gonna even give them their benefit of the doubt. 83, 84, 85 is when Coolio and Dre came out there, and Coolio was he came cool because he was very versatile and talented. He accepted the Crest culture. Because no disrespect to no Crips or Bloods, we don't really care what you is. All we know is Crest shit. So to fit in there, you had to do. I don't know what he did, but he was also good friends with my cousin. Rest in peace, Freaky D. Dion Daniels was a popular nigga they age. Coolio was very versatile. He came in showing us. Coolio came in giving us the rap game. Like he picked me up off shit. Like I told this story. He picked me up off the dope track one time. Cause that's all Crest niggas did was sell dope. That was our main thing right there. He picked me up and took me to Fairfield. Shit, Coolio was already making shit on cassettes. Had an engineer, had a nigga doing his beats, mastering shit, and this was some shit I couldn't believe. Like he took me somewhere in Fairfield, and he was getting his album mastered. And so I'm over here looking at his cassette, looking at the white boy, looking at Coolio. I'm like, this is what I want to do. I just found a new hustle at 16. I think I was 15 or 16. I got crack full of ass, crack in the plastic, cut from the tab. I got a gun on me. I'm 16, and Coolio showing me all this new type of shit that's going that wasn't like it was just for that era. It was a new thing. You get what I mean? To see a nigga making his own cassettes. He got a barcode on it. He got a white man mastering his album. He over there helping. It was just all new to me, and right then and there, man, that's what I knew what I wanted to do. I finally had found something where I could stop selling crack, and he gave me that type of energy when I seen that type of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, it was very encouraging, man, to see that. I've never seen nothing like that.
So he was rapping before he got to Vallejo?
Yeah, he was Coolio, he had to be, because when he came, he was multi-talented already. He already knew how to do beats. You know, LA was maybe, I would say back then, was a little bit maybe faster than the Bay.
Of course, it was faster than everywhere. Everywhere above them, they were faster. Of course.
Yeah, and I say that because I mean the Mac was doing cassettes and stuff, but this Coolio, this was the closest person. The shit he showed me, I would have had the scene on a VCR tape. You get what I mean? Like, or just watching a documentary on a rapper. What he showed me, I wouldn't have never seen that up close and person.
You saw it up close.
Yeah.
And you witnessed up close. Like I can relate to that. Like I say, I'll be talking about the rap game, and I don't want to age shit, but I remember when you used to be able to when you would get a distribution deal, and they would press your shit up. They would invite you to the press shop, and they'd give you a tour. If you had a nice a title that was getting enough pressed up, you know what I mean, or you made the request, they would give you a tour of the press shop. You know what I mean? You would be able to be like a kid on a field trip at your school and go through the whole press shop, and they will show you from beginning to end how they press up CDs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you would have to put it together.
Yeah.
He's from LA. He know how to do this. It only makes sense. LA fast like that. See, we weren't doing that in the Bay. We seen two short cassettes, but he was already kind of on. So you expect to see a too short cassette.
But that's not to cut you off, but that's kind of crazy that you say that, because history shows that Out the Trunk came from the Bay first. But I say that to say this: being that Coolio had Northern Cali family, he probably picked up a little game, and he was probably little bit quicker than the L.A. niggas.
Yeah, may. You know what? What we trying to say is he probably was rapping down there, but picked it up here.
Mm-hmm.
You think what you think? I mean, I don't want to speak for
No,
him, but
I don't want to speculate, but when it comes, you know what? You might be right, because, I mean, like I said, history shows that this independent trunk stuff comes from the Too
from the
Short
Bay
era.
Area,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And we do got a lot of companies up here that people never knew about that manufactures. I mean, if you seeing Too Short on cassette, and then from Kyrie putting out Young Black Brother,
JT the
I
Bigga
mean,
figure doing what he was doing.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
That's
I mean,
man, I'm glad I'm having this conversation with you, because I'm learning some things. You know what I mean? You got my mind going.
Yeah.
I'm learning some things.
Boy,
That's why.
hey, we throwing me for a glaze too, and you just, I heard this before. I tried to throw that out my head. That's why he's saying that. And then the story, so we both shocking each other on this one.
And we had this revelation the last interview with a couple things,
Yeah.
It's good. Is Rompilation before Thiz? Or is Thiz before Rompilation?
The Rompilation was first.
Okay.
That's what Thiz wasn't even. It wasn't out. I wasn't too much part of the Rompilation because of the dude that was with him. I kind of fell out with one of the dudes that was doing the Rompilation. So it's not about me, but I wasn't really. I kind of wasn't on that. But that was the first. That was first, the Rompilation.
Right.
And then you had Stupid Doodle Dumb. That was around those times.
That's kind of a stupid question that I asked that.
Yeah, I mean,
I should have known better. I should have known better than that. Yeah, I should have known better than that. But
yeah, that was kind of, but man, that shit. That's when we started getting. That's when they started really looking at us at Rompilation. This was before social media. See, people gotta understand. We was you were part of this too. We was making our name before social media came out. I got my name. Social media didn't help me make a name. I got out there with posters and flyers and doing what Dre was, just following up on how Dre and Coolio did it, getting out to different states. Even when I'm on vacation with my family, I got posters and flyers with me everywhere I go.
What social media did for us in that time, it solidified what we was actually doing.
That's exactly
to the outside world. You know what I mean? For the people that was connected, they was traveling, doing what they was doing, however they was doing it, and whatever they was doing, they was already acceptedly known in those places that they was going. But to be able to document it, that was a first for us. You know what I mean? That was that was a first for us, and that was the special thing about social media at that time.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for cats like the sickness.com, like it's you, a lot of y'all got a lot of documents on where a lot of my era came from and why we are what we are. Because a lot of youngsters might don't know, but like the sickness and this other little ones that's out there that's big now, but got a lot of our documentation from a long time ago. Whether it's a song or an interview with Jacka or you know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones brought us to light on why we are who we are. So they won't get shit twisted.
Real talk.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the OG sites, man. West Coast Riders, Dub CNN, You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
they definitely held it down for for the left coast. You know what I mean? When
yeah.
when
Bay
nobody else
Area.
was doing it. You know what I mean? Shout out to
Yeah,
old school Bart, Bay Area Rap Talk.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Shout out to
And
the
even shout out
to
to
old 991 Sickness that eventually merged together and became the Sickness. You know what I mean? That's how it all
yeah, and
started.
shout out to remember Explosive Magazine. They
Expo.
was putting
Hey,
us
they
on
still
TV.
around. They still
Yo, they
around.
is in Pittsburgh or
Yeah,
Antioch.
yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to them. They was
Expo.
putting
Yeah.
us on, bro. Like we was getting coverage, bro. Like
Hey,
some of the
Murder Dog
Murder Dog
magazine.
magazine.
Yeah,
You know, the first
we had our
Israel. I'm gonna give a shout
outlets.
out.
We
I'm gonna give a
definitely had
shout
our
out to the first
outlets
people.
for sure.
Yeah, we had some outlets, man. I'm
Hmm.
gonna give a shout out to the first Fizzler people. These new ones robbing these kids and knowing these kids want to pay money. You know, the first people that was running Fizzler used to be cool with me. They was running my videos, but this next one, they like OG disrespectors. But the one thing they cannot do in the Bay Area, you can't kill the OGs. You notice everywhere else, it's a whole bunch of new youngsters out. In the Bay, you can't put the OGs out of business. So I just want to tell them that the new Dizzler, I just wish they had a little bit more respect, man. They just, I guess if you ain't, they getting this money out of these youngsters and they get big headed with their little views and all that. Shit just comes to a motherfucker and you think it's gonna go on forever.
So you can't even.
But it's like levels. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind to do it because I was gonna end up doing it, but then they switched. They switched to these new people because the old Thizzler cats used to fuck with me. Like it wasn't even about the money; it was the respect that they had for my career and what I put down.
Right, right.
I mean,
I get where you're going. I get exactly
you know
what you're
what I mean?
saying.
It's never
Yeah.
about no money. It's just like now it's like they don't. It's even 50. They don't even like. It's just certain people they just
Yeah,
overlook. Like when I
you could definitely tell that there's a difference in the artists that they're promoting today as opposed to the artists that they was promoting in 2008, 9
yeah,
when they first launched and whatnot. It's a
yeah,
different
they was
approach.
on some. They was on
Yeah.
some. They would give respect for respect is due. I guess you got to change with the times, but
Yeah.
it's obviously
They went from independent to corporate, basically.
yeah,
Hmm.
basically, and that's
Yeah.
cool. But they when you see all them youngsters just spending money, it makes sense. That's all they in it for. Once something continue and your track get hot, I'm not knocking them. I'm just like, man, you just pay them. I mean, I guess it's a good thing. I can't say it's bad. I just think they just don't have that much respect for some of the guys that's paid the way, or maybe they just don't care, or maybe it is whatever. But I don't need them. I just wish I could sit down, maybe have an interview with them live, and just to talk about some things. But I've been going without them, and I know they've been seeing that. I didn't transfer to battle rap. I didn't win like 6 awards. My game's still going on, so they ain't never stopped nothing because I'm just consistent, and I believe in what I do. So I just I ain't tripping much. Kudos to them, man.
So you mentioned you transferring to battle rap. So what? You not recording rap albums no more? It's just
I got one. I just dropped two. I dropped because it's with the everything's digital now. So I dropped two digital albums like a year ago or a year and a half ago. I got one more digital album, but I'm a battle rap fanatic, and I've been studying this shit for 5 years. And the fifth year I learned it. I went and had my first battle. I had two battle raps so far on a league, and I'm just like with rap, man. I got a label now. I want to share my experience to younger rappers, and it's like right now, this era of people, it's just too much wannabe and fakeness with rap. It's nothing authentic. It's nothing. It's just the people such as yourself and interviewers are more authentic than this world that I'm in, and I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it no more, bro. Like, I mean, I'm probably gonna do features, paid features, probably get booked for shows, probably do interviews, but I'm gonna drop my last album, make it trend, go all out, put money behind it, and I'm going into battle rap. It's just this era of people is it's just not as authentic as it used to be. Everybody faking it to make it, or it's this new trend with the internet where you got to be fake or sell your soul or do something. It's just my spirit ain't liking what I'm around no more. If I'm putting it correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not authentic no more, man.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So and plus, that's something I could do without just quitting. You know what I'm saying? I like battle rap. I always wanted to get up there and be bold enough to do it. So I'm still, it's not easy to transcend the battle rap. Can't no rapper really do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy. And I made that transition. I'm good at it. I got 2 battle raps up right now on some battle rap leagues, not just on the
I
street.
saw one. I saw one.
Yeah.
I
I'm
saw
not.
one.
I'm not doing no on the street shit. These are people with independent battle rap leagues to where if you and your opponent going against each other, y'all got 2 or 3 months to write against each other, and then you would be on a card on a league. This ain't no street corner battle rap. That's not the way I'm going with it.
Okay. Man, so you transitioned into battle rap.
Yeah.
You're sick of the humans. I can relate.
I'll be blinding their ass up, bro.
So
I found out I'm pretty good at it, man. So I'll be blinding their ass up.
So let's briefly talk through Dank's career. Out of your catalog right now, for the new fans that's listening, which album best represents you?
What album that best represents me? I would say "Home of the Thiz Dance" is a real me album. My first album, Murder Book Author, that I dropped in 2000. I say 2 of them that really, all of them represent me, but I know what you're really saying. Ones that really, really represent me is Murder Book Author, my first album, and 2008 compact disc that I dropped that's so big for me is Home of the Thiz Dance. Those are the 2 that I feel really represent like me. I really went in on my type of time and really covered topics, and I really got into it on those ones. I mean, all of them I did, but those are the 2 that I feel I really got into it with those. So yeah, Murder Book Author and Home of the Thiz Dance, and they could be looked up on YouTube if they want to curious about them. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those 2, because I got the 15 nationwide albums. All of them sold over 2 or 3. And that's what they don't understand, the cats who are from our era, while we still exist. Because niggas like B Legit, Sully Cell, Keith, we all had big sound scan sales on all our albums. They be like, wonder why is these old niggas still around? Like, but they don't understand the footwork and the sales and
you got a set fan base. You
and
built
on new release
your shit
rap.
early. Yeah, it ain't it was different. The streaming shit compared to this CD shit is different. And I haven't asked you that question because you've already covered your feelings on it. But I asked every older artist that I interviewed that question, and but you already made yourself clear on how you feel about that. But yeah, it was a different time. Like,
Yeah.
no, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Since you mentioned that, Would you rather do 1 million streams, or would you rather sell 10,000 copies?
I'd rather sell 10,000 copies. Me and my partner, I hope he listens. This is my Cuddy. We argue over these streams and sales. Look, I promote for sales, man. 1 million streams is only a check for a piece of 1 million streams. But if you sell 10,000 times $10 or $20 on a CD, now let me ask you something. Okay, remember we hearing what you would get out of 1 million streams. Now I'm gonna take a guess here, but I've heard from many people. If you stream, let me slow down so people can hear this math carefully. If you stream 1 million, you only barely get a check for $2,000, $3,000, maybe close to $5,000.
I think I overheard it was 4,500 or something.
Okay, now there we go. Now let's listen. There we go. Now let's stick to that. Okay, now let's do the math. If you're a real businessman, when you hear this interview, let's do the math. Okay, 1,000,000 streams, 4,500, and he asked me, or would I rather sell 10,000 units? I'd rather sell 10,000 units. You do 10,000
at $6. At $6. At $6. Do the bare minimum.
And what would what would be the difference between that question you asked me? So, because they don't like to hear it from me.
It's a big
What
difference.
would be the difference?
It's a big difference. If you was around during the CD era, you know you was pulling up at them shops and you was getting bare minimum $5-6 a CD for sure. Especially if you were somebody that was selling. If you were somebody that was selling, you was probably getting somewhere between $6 and $9 a CD.
Yeah. Even through a distributor, we ain't even talk about co-signing.
Yeah, we ain't even. No, I'm talking. No, I'm talking cosign. I ain't even talking distributor.
Well, that's true too.
I ain't even talk. I'm talking straight cosign. Just dropping off $100. You feel me? $100. Just dropping off $100. You just dropping off $100 at the store. You're getting anywhere between $6 and $9 a CD. And if you know somebody that don't know, they really don't know, but they take a chance on you, about $4 to $5 a CD. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, so we don't get off topic. Now remember, my guy say, would you rather have 1 million streams or sell 10,000 copies? So we got there, and then he said you only gonna get maybe if you stream 1 million. You only gonna get like close to $4,500. But we came to the conclusion of 10,000, even $6-7 on a CD. Now I want everybody out there to get on your calculator and multiply 10,000 times 7. That's way more than fucking $4,500 damn dollars. You get what I mean?
Damn.
And I be arguing with my partner about this, bruh. Look, this is one thing I want to end on that note, man. These labels ain't, man, a smart business label owner ain't paying no nigga over no streams. These niggas still selling iTunes. They still selling digital albums. They still, man, ain't no crazy label gonna pay you over no streams. The money just don't add up.
Favorite collaboration in your career?
Oh, my favorite collab, I always would say, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, it's between Yuckmouth and Mitchy Slick. Because I always wanted to work. I used to see Mitchy Slick a lot. He's like the E40 of Dago. So
Most definitely.
To actually have worked with him and got on a track with Mitch on my album Airport Lifestyle, I want to say because he's one of my favorite rappers, but I'm going to have to go Mitchy Slick. That was a good question. Mitchy Slick was one of my favorite collabs. Shout out to Mitchy, bruh.
Shout out to Slick, man. Shout out to Slick.
Yeah, he's a real good dude, man.
Indeed.
So,
Biggest career lesson.
biggest career lesson. I ain't gonna lie, man. My biggest career lesson was when Max Ray died on me. Like, I thought it was over. I mean, when I say this, it's because I used to be able to be me to the fullest. That's why I was known to be mean, talk my shit, and make my albums. It's because I had Dre. I didn't care who didn't like me. As long as Dre believed in me, and I'm in with the team, I could be sleep Dank to the fullest because I have my own attitude, my own demeanor, and I was able to carry that when Dre was alive. But then when he died, my biggest career thing was I thought it was over for me. I thought that's it for sleep. Like niggas barely really like you. You was only liked because you was with Dre. So that was and then I got through that by going back harder and getting booked more, selling a lot of features. So that was my answer to that was Dre dying. That was my biggest. What's that? What you just asked me again, so I can repeat it.
Biggest career lesson.
Yeah, that was my biggest career lesson was losing Dre and still able to bounce back on my feet and do what I had to do because it humbled me. I couldn't be mean no more. It leveled me out to figure out what you're gonna do or certain things I had to straighten up on. That was one of my biggest lessons right there because when he passed, I just thought it was over with for me. I just thought I'm not gonna be able to do shit no more. So that was one of my lessons.
Do you have any regrets in your rap career?
Um, I don't. I mean, it was doors I could have. Only thing I don't regret it. It's just I reached some doors before where I could have got bigger. Because people see glamour and see people big, but they don't know what it takes or what that person did to get that. So I don't have no regrets. I think it went the way it was supposed to be, and I'm comfortable. I mean, I've been to some doors to where I would have had to probably do something to get bigger, and I didn't take those doors. So no, I ain't gonna lie. For me, the last I call myself the baby of the bunch because I'm under Maul and Doobie. I honestly think I don't have no regrets. I'm gonna be honest. I think it went the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly how it went. Exactly how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Thank you. I
Yes,
honestly
sir.
believe that.
Yes, sir. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good fucking
Yeah.
answer, man.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I think God did it the way it was supposed to be, and I got what I wanted out of it. I got things that I've seen from other rappers saying, man, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
I end up getting that type of treat. All the things I've seen from Dre getting booked, niggas flying you out, paying for rooms, walking through. I even had my yuck mouth moments in Barstow where I got booked. My name was getting up there, and I'm walking through with the champagne. Everybody coming up to me, want my autograph. I got everything I wanted, and I'm in a gooder place now because now I drive the car. I don't chase rap. Rap chase me.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? I got my set price. Price went up on my features and my bookings. I set myself up to, it might have didn't look good earlier in my career, but now everything's going my way right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no regrets, man. No regrets, man.
This is a two-part question right here. And this ain't, when people think of sickness and we do these interviews, they think I'm trying to, or we trying to do some shit starting or something. But
Yeah.
this is news. So this is the only reason why I'm asking this question. Two reasons why I asked this question. One's because we talked offline, and this was something you wanted to mention in an interview. But then the second part of this question is something that is news that's online and it's relevant to you, your neighborhood, and your historical uh, bring ups in his culture.
Okay.
Um, you mentioned to me off the record when we was talking about things in this interview. You said you reunited with E40.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but
Me
before
and
but
him,
before you answer that, people know the history in Vallejo, with the section where Sleep Dank come from, the section uh, that Earl E40 come from. You know what I mean?
yeah,
OJ. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We ain't gonna go no further than that. How did that go? But on top
Okay,
of
yeah, cause that read. You right. Let me recant that and re-say it. Finally became we finally became friends.
y'all became cordial, where y'all could speak to one
Yeah,
another.
we became cordial, and my thing, man, it all gets on my nerves, and even niggas from my side, it's I had to talk with my partner Compton about this. Like, it's just when you mature. I'm gonna speak for me, and then I'm gonna just say, I just, my thing, man. When I matured, and because being from the Crest, we was taught not to like them. Now we the young ones in the
Mm,
Crest.
mm,
We came in, we inherited that funk.
mm.
So I want to start there, right?
Repeat that. Repeat that.
We inherited and was taught not to like them. That's like when white people doctoring some black people with some fake info. Then you grow up and you find out you just been carrying hate or blah blah blah, whatever the case. But what made me finally become cool, because I just want people to understand this, and really, you can't change how people feel or whatever, but this is just my opinion. Brother, we ain't had funk with each other in over 50, 30 years, man. Now, how long is you going to carry a hate for a man and y'all ain't threw a stick at each other?
You know what? You answered my next question was this. I don't. I mean, I've heard these questions kind of in certain interviews with certain individuals, but besides fisticuffs, have there ever been like a real threat amongst between you both boroughs?
Yeah, it like from 86 to 93, it was always serious, man.
Okay.
We just could not
Okay.
see each other
Okay.
without, but it was very serious, and
Okay.
I didn't like them. I didn't like them for the longest, man. But once it was like, see, epiphany came over me, man. I was always known as the mean motherfucker, and my brother. I remember. See, I'm gonna say a couple things that's gonna lead up to what I'm saying. Okay, 40 came out to Mac Dre the first Mac Dre day. 40 came to it, and I didn't like this nigga, so I was gonna have my young niggas get him. So I'm riling them up, trying to. I didn't really do nothing, but I'm gonna say. So my oldest brother, got mad at me and said, and I always remember this. He just, Dante, you over there fucking. My oldest brother got on me and was like, you rounding up niggas to get him when you could have spent this time being his friend, or getting time and to meet him. And you up here acting like a lord. You trying to round your friends up. So that one stuck to me. Then I end up meeting my second baby mama. Um, she used to talk to me. She's just like, well, before you drop this next album, Airport Lifestyle, now this is going all the way to just 2019 maybe. 2019, 2020 maybe, or 18. She used to say, you need to become friends with him. You got to soften you got to make people like you, Dante. Like, she was on my head. So I took that information and that information. Doobie and Diggs went to jail. I'm that rapper that they waiting on. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this to kind of change. You know, you got to change things a little bit. And I had to, my thing was, bruh, man, we ain't fought each other in over 30 years. And I'm not supposed to get out here saying I'm hating the nigga and I'm not doing nothing when I'm seen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now let's say his niggas out here still making it seem like it's a problem. Now I understand you go your way, you go your way. But niggas be speaking on how a nigga don't like nobody. Well, why you not doing nothing to him then when you see him? But do you get what I'm saying? If
Yes,
this a problem, why we not doing nothing to this nigga then?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Got a problem.
Indeed. That
You
makes
get what
sense.
I'm saying?
Yeah. That,
Even if you don't like, or why would you keep up something like you don't like a nigga? Like we stupid and we ain't seeing y'all doing nothing to each other. Like on the outside, nigga ain't really seeing that. Oh, they don't like each other, but they you know, why he
and
not
especially
doing
with this social media era, you know, you don't know what to believe these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like some fake shit can turn real immediately over some social media shit.
Yeah. So to say all this, man, I took it up on myself, man. I was taught not to like them. Man, we ain't have funk with each other. And Dre and 40 was friends. I didn't even like that when I heard it. So I'm like this, on my own. We was taught not to like them. We ain't fought in over 40 years. Our neighborhood gets along. Or my neighborhood in South Alel probably don't get along. But we friends with Heels. I'm friends with Travis Slay and Double E. Niggas that's from over there. We all partners. Why I'm gonna act like I don't like a nigga and people listen to my words and I'm kind of a big rapper of Vallejo. Why would I push that type of image when it wouldn't be real? You get what I'm saying? So I decided to one day. So I don't know how somehow. I think it was 2018 or 19 is when me and Earl became friends on Twitter. We was following each other, and a fan said something like, Sleep should make a song with 40. That was my opportunity right there to be cool with him. You get me? And try to just be friends on some music shit. You get what I'm saying? The door opened up. The universe opened up for what my brother was telling me and what my baby mama was telling me. You need to be cool with this dude. And I wasn't with it for hella long, bruh. But I'm like, why am I not trying to be cool with somebody and carry this hate? And we ain't did nothing to each other in 40 years.
And probably don't even know each other. On top of that.
Yeah, because of rap, he know me. He know my brother and my
I mean personally
brother.
in the physical form. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We probably
y'all
seen each other.
knowing.
But you could be right though, bro. He probably didn't even. Now we talk. He said he don't even know Doobie. Not like he don't know Doobie. He just speaking streetwise. Me and Doobie young. Me and Doobie younger than him. He hung with the older ballers in Vallejo. Me and Doobie wasn't even on that level, bro. I'm gonna just be honest. We wasn't on that level.
They know, y'all know of, but y'all don't know each other. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't never passed a spliff. Y'all ain't never chopped it up over no cognac. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't never been in the same parking lot at the old spaghetti factory or something.
And even with Funk, he probably heard of my name through, you can hear of a nigga name, but It's hard to explain, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and you don't even have to explain. You don't even have to
Yeah,
explain. But
yeah.
but with that being said, like I said before that question, I ain't here to start no shit. I'm just reporting the news because
Nah, you just
I'm
yeah,
speaking
and
to
I just
somebody who from this
yeah.
section who's affected by this. We all know what July
I
5th
want,
is. What
yeah.
July 5th being.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I talked to him about that, but you know, everybody could say they talked to him and they got him to change it. Nah, when I walked in my partner Narco barbershop that day, he had to talk with Kilo. So there's gonna be people running around saying, "Oh, I made him change that. Oh, I made him this and that." No, it was a fair conversation with Kilo and E40. Nah, that talk he had with Kilo changed that white boy narrative, and 40 really didn't have nothing to do with it because I talked to him on the phone, man. What I told him, man, it's this internet of bored people jumping on shit out of hatred, and this could be for anybody. This internet shit has to stop, man. Like, I mean, certain shit ain't worth responding to unless you hate a man. You know, you have a discord for a nigga, and then you know, it's just a lot of internet shit of people saying things about people they might not like something about them, or so I don't know how to put it. I just sometimes think it's
Nah,
internet, man.
like you said earlier, y'all was taught to hate, and and a lot of
And
that is
then it
still in the
goes both
people's.
ways. We wasn't we we inherited
Inherited, right?
we inherited some funk on both sides. We couldn't listen to their shit in our hood, and they couldn't listen to our shit. So that, I mean, it was serious back then.
And to the youngsters listening to this interview, man, don't let that go over your flat top with what he just said.
That part, man. That part. Because I mean, South Atlanta and Crest might not get along. I don't know. I wish we could fix that, but that's a little bit more serious than Beverly Hills. But I used to wonder why, as a young nigga, my age funking with them, but the older niggas got along with them. I never could get that. But now that I'm older, me and Beverly Hills niggas, we friends, bruh. Like, it's just,
That's
I just
and
don't.
that's the story around the world with the Crips and the Bloods. You know, the Crips and the Bloods in Central California, the Crips and the Bloods in SoCal.
Yeah.
The niggas is funky, but 9 times out of your 10, the OGs getting money together. They
Yeah, they
they
be friends.
they friends. They sit down politicking at the pool hall, exchanging rubber bands, all the shit. While you niggas
Hell
out there trying
yeah.
to knock each other head off over some shit that
Yeah.
happened over a dog fight, over somebody calling somebody's sister a bitch 40 years ago.
Exactly. Me and B legit talked about it at the History of the Bay show backstage. Like, he was coming through my hood, dropping shit off to another OG. I wanted to get him so bad. I'm young and high headed, but we was told not to touch B legit. And I was
But you didn't
talking.
understand that back then. But now
I
you
didn't
get it.
understand.
But now you get
Now
it.
I get it. And he told me why. I was like, bro, we was told not to touch you. And then he told me why. He said, look, let me tell you why. Look, sleep. And we had a good ass talk. Like, I talk to these now. I could sit down and just talk to these niggas, and you could see how shit came about and why this shit ain't over nothing, man. And niggas just wasting their time just trying to make it seem like something through an interview. But then you got niggas looking from afar. Well, why you ain't doing nothing to this nigga then if it's still like that? That's all I'm just saying. I'm gonna keep it at that.
And
Like,
we
I
gon'
don't got no.
and we're gonna end it there. We're gonna end it
Yeah,
there.
that
No more
part.
need to
Yeah,
be
that
said.
part.
You spoke.
Thank
You
you,
spoke your
brother.
piece.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Man. Give it to me, man. And they can reach me on Instagram at the official Sleep Dank. I'd rather you get me there than my Instagram. I work that a lot, So at the official Sleep Dank, y'all touch up with me, get up with me. I got all new music on all digital apps right now. All you gotta do is type in Sleep Dank. New videos up, and we got a lot more music coming. Got battle raps up. We didn't switch genres and shit. So, and shout out to Tavis Miller. The West Coast Hip Hop Awards will be in Seattle August 15th. All the West Coast rappers will be up there. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what we know.
Your top 5 Vallejo rappers.
Oh boy, Vallejo. It usually be the bag. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be rough because I do love Crest rappers. Like, man, oh man, he said Vallejo.
I said Vallejo.
But you know what? Ooh, okay, I got it. 'Cause, I got it. Dre, of course.
Okay.
JT from N2D.
Okay.
One of my boy. That boy, he a good writer. He got good slang. He know how to ride the beat. Doobie, my favorite, even in the top 5, and that's my best friend. I just like how he does his thing. He's just one of my favorites. So you got Dre, JT, the bigger figure. I mean, not bigger figure, excuse me. JT from N2D. It's my number 2. My number 3 will be Doobie. I like the way he do his thing, man. Man, who else? I know it's somebody out there. I mean, I like Diggs, man, a lot. I'm just talking about music-wise, but just music that relates to me, man. Diggs would be my 4th, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't seen it yet, but they will when I'm gone. I gotta throw me at 5, bro. I'm sorry, I never did this before, bro.
Yes, sir.
Cause they gonna respect game when I'm gone, bro. I'm the coldest MC on this microphone, bro. I be talking. I'm a good storyteller. I learned to love myself, and I be seeing what I be doing. Gotta throw me at 5, man, and they gonna figure this out later, bro.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that's
sir.
my top 5.
I can respect it.
Thank you,
What kind of MC would you be without throwing yourself on the list, man? Why not? Why not?
Yeah, that's true. And I don't like to do it, but I'm talking about Vallejo, man. They gonna see later why I put myself in my own top 5.
Indeed. I got maybe 1 or 2 more questions, man.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. Maybe 3. But we know the history of Vallejo. You didn't mention his name several times in the interview. We know the history behind his past and present. I'm talking about PSD, the driver.
Okay. Rest in peace.
I'm talking about the driver.
I
I don't even want to go into the politics of what the world already know.
Yeah.
What I want to ask you, 2 questions. Like I said, I got 2 questions. It's 2-part questions. I want to ask you, was there after the incident, was there still a relationship with the driver, and what was your thoughts after hearing his passing?
Oh man, was it a relationship with him and some people, or
Was there a relationship with him and the Crest?
nah? After he did that, man, he popped up. I'd say 3 times in 8 years after that happened. He kind of knew if he kept coming, it was gonna be bad for him. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he, only time he popped up was around the time I had got into it with him. I don't know what year me and you of that and still try to come out there, he'll be easy picking because niggas be looking to kill somebody out there always. So for him to be trying to float around out there wouldn't be smart. So I give it to him for not trying to be out there. But it's like a love hate thing with me and him because of the incident. Me and him, we didn't get into it. I just wasn't prepared for that type of time to go on. It all popped up on me, even though nothing happened. And then that one nigga that did that little, I just want to say, I'm gonna get back on my thing. The nigga that sticky some situation that just did his documentary, don't put on there, did sleep, Dank, get the beats. Nigga, this nigga be in my fucking inbox talking about he doing a Mac Dre story and be trying to talk to me, brother. Oh, he gonna put on there, did sleep, Dank, get the beats. I don't know if he did or not. Man, cut that shit out, bro. I'm not answering that shit no more, man. You shouldn't even play around like I got the beats so you can make these internet niggas think, man, niggas ain't gonna put their hands on me, and he didn't. So the thing between that was I really was like trying to run into him again, even though nothing happened. But I'm like so fed up with the internet and all this shit happening and people trying to talk. I'm like, all right, okay, I'm gonna see what's up with him when I run into him again. But then he passed out the blue, and I had to change my whole feeling because I'm not cold blooded, bro. Like this ain't no Chicago shit to where a nigga wish hate on the dead and shit. Like he was a important piece to the Cutthroat Committee. He was a nigga that I grew up with. So when he passed, I was going through a whole bunch of emotions. I wasn't with what he did, or I wasn't gonna hang with him or nothing. But then you'd be like, you did grow up with him. He was part of the Cutthroat Committee, and
Y'all had history.
yeah, we had history. And my thing was seeing him about something when I seen him, because I got tired of hearing that internet shit. And my partner that was there came up and told the truth. Niggas still wanna, that shit had me mad, not because of what people were saying. I'm just like, all right, nigga, because I wasn't really on that type of time. You is, nigga, like I said. I wasn't being called that, so I was just like, that shit was carrying on to what people saying and whoopty wop, and they probably still gonna say some more shit, but didn't nobody put their hands on each other. We wrestled like cutties, that was about it, and he really didn't want to do much, you know what I'm saying? So just carrying on, and then to hear that he passed, I was caught between it got me caught between I'm not cold blooded though either, like I don't wish bad on the dead, and I don't wish no nigga died at all, so I mean it is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, he had to go through his own life, bro. Like we act like we be trapped in another nigga life, we could live that for him. You feel me? We can't, man. We live our own life. I didn't make those decisions. He made those decisions. So, I mean, but it's still rest in peace to a nigga that I grew up with, man. I wasn't with all that shit, and I'm not hanging with I'm never hung with him after he did that or nothing. I got my own people that I fuck with and family and friends. I never, I don't got to get out there and dabble with niggas on this undercover homo gay shit, and there's a lot of niggas telling. It was 22 CSIs, bro. PSD was just number 4. So I'm gonna just leave that out there.
God damn. I saw a post before we get out of here. I saw a post. I think it was Instagram. It could have been Facebook. I believe it was somebody from the Crest. I do not remember their name offhand right now, but they made a post, something along the lines. This is not word for word, so don't quote me on this, but they made a post like, we know what you did, Cuddy, while you was alive, but in the afterlife, we forgive you because you Crest side. Some along them lines.
That's a big hearted post, man. I know. Well, shit, these niggas get along with I'm not saying it's okay. It's a
No,
touchy
what I'm
situation,
asking
bro.
is, do y'all forgive him in his death?
Me personally, I don't wish a nigga died, but I just don't want nothing to do with that. I don't I don't wish a nigga died. I just didn't want I just don't want nothing to do with how he did himself. He's got a I was your cutty, man. We got history. All I could do is go back before you went there. It's very touchy, bro, because with that dude, what you heard that saying, that's a real saying, bro. That's the best saying. I don't know who said that, but damn, that's kind of deep, bro. I mean, it's like it'd be fucked up just because the nigga died. To just like nigga got memories with this nigga though, man. I know I didn't fuck with him. We didn't fuck with him when he told, and wasn't nobody around him. I mean, that's how do you answer some shit like that though? You know what I mean? To be real, without all the bravado and shit, you know.
Real human shit. I can respect it,
Yeah.
man. Any last words to the people, Sleep Dank?
My shout out to everybody that rolled with us and stuck through us through everything, man. My last words is to this dude, man. Any of these niggas we keep asking JT something, man, about Mac Dre. Look, let me tell you something, man. After the rompilation, bro, Dre did not fuck with him, and we never fucked with him at all. Dre did not let him in his party in San Francisco. They stopped. They never fucked with him. So I wish some of them interviews, like Courtney Richardson's or whoever these people is, why would you ask something about Dre when he already lied on Diggs and said it was Diggs' daughter and it was Doobie's daughter? Y'all missing inconsistencies. My last words is stop asking JT about our business because we did not fuck with him. After the rompilation, we never had ties with no JT. That's why Maul and JT had to get together. I'm telling you from the horse's mouth. Dre did not fuck with no JT, the bigger figure. And I'm not saying this, I'm saying it because I've seen it with my own eyes. We didn't fuck with him. So all them interviewers out there, stop asking him questions where he already don't like us and he already put bad news and lies out about us. So he's not the nigga to be asking. And those are my last words. Stop asking JT bigger figure shit about my neighborhood, Mr. Clout Chaser. Because Dre did not fuck with him. We didn't fuck with him at all. I'm serious. We did not fuck with no JT the bigger figure. Dre didn't either. So that's what I wanted to put out there. All right. Hey, it's Sleep Dank, man. Mr. Is it Sleep Dank from Falelle, California, man. Throwing them T's up in the air. Giving a shout out to sickness.net and Bang West Radio, man. Y'all either choke on suffer or get with it, man.
Sickness.net.